Okay, let's talk about the Anthony Karmelo trial and how did the judges and appellate attorneys miss the ineffective assistance of counsel. Okay, here are the defendant exhibits for trial. This is what Karmelo's attorney submitted for the jury. 14 documents, as you can see. And down here at the bottom, you see where they're marked as exhibits. This is what he submitted to the jury on behalf of Karmelo. These little incidents right here. No mitigating, no witnesses, nothing from his school, no reports of the Metcalf boys' prior arrest and discrimination, nothing. This is all he submitted for the jury on a murder case. Now let's go back and look at what the prosecutor submitted. Here go the prosecutors. The prosecutor submitted 58 exhibits. Okay, this is the prosecutor. All right, we're going through this, but we're going to get to all the good parts. Let's see where we at. All right, this is all the prosecutor compared to the 12 little pieces of exhibits Anthony's attorney submitted on his behalf. Now you can tell the judge, the prosecutor, and Karmelo's attorney were all working together as one, because look what they were allowed to submit. Where is it at? The prosecutor submitted all this here, and then where's the cream de la cream, the illegal evidence? Where is it at? Right here. Look at this. Look at this item right here. This is straight illegal with no objections. This is a manufactured picture of an open heart wound. Heart wounds do not stay spread open like that there. This was all by design. And the jury had to look at this right here. Look at that. That's enough to make anybody sick and find anybody guilty. No objections on behalf of Karmelo's attorney, and no objection from the judges, and the prosecutor was allowed to submit this in the evidence to make Karmelo look as guilty as possible with an illegal photograph. Look at that there. Can you imagine sitting on the jury and then looking inside the heart, looking inside the body, at all the insides of a heart? This is what they were all doing together in this conspiracy. Ain't no way this should have been allowed. And what number exhibit was this? This here was, exhibit 53. So I don't know how they missed this here on the appeal and ineffective assistance of counsel on behalf of Karmelo. Look at all this here that the jury got to see on behalf of the prosecutor, and all Karmelo attorney sent on his behalf was his mama to testify on closing arguments, and pictures of his friends, a couple of his friends. No other corroborating or character evidence did Karmelo's attorney submit for the jury to consider. This here was the biggest, coldest cover-up and conspiracy ever in a courtroom, where all three parties conspired against Karmelo to get that boy sent. And if they deny him a new trial or do not dismiss this as a whole, then the court system is fatally flawed, and nobody should ever trust them. No judge, no prosecutor, and no defense attorney should ever be allowed to get away with no bullshit like this here. That's crazy. Okay, there you go. You see it right here. Okay. Let's see where he... Okay, there you go right there. You see it right there. These are the exhibits in courtroom. These are him right here. That's crazy. That's crazy. His attorney royally screwed over him, and that should not be allowed. They should all be arrested.